right, Aiden, I'm ready when you are. So,
Yeah, no, I've got it recording.
all right.
Some B-roll. All right, let's do it. What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Senior Quote Sports Podcast, brought to you by Big Picture Sports Group. Shout out Jack Butterfield. I'm here with my co-host Jack Coleman and our special guest Chris Herren. How you guys doing today?
What's up?
I am doing wonderful. I'm so pumped to be back. We haven't had a podcast in a minute. There's not a lot of sports to talk about, and most of what we have been covering has been going on the blog and all that kind of stuff. But really excited to be back. Really excited to be back with both of you, especially our guest today, Chris Herren, officially a reoccurring guest. He's made it to the episode. We are pumped to have him. There's a lot of big news going on with him. Real quick to sum up sports, I guess, in general, NHL is coming back. That's going to be huge. Potentially, they put out the plan, and we could be getting straight to playoff hockey. It's something to watch on TV. That'll be huge. And then, the MLB is working out their issues. A lot of players upset about taking pay cuts. It's tough. I really am siding with the players here, I think. But at the same time, I want sports. I want sports to be back. I want something to root for on a nightly basis. And on the other hand, NBA is potentially going to Disney World, which I think is a 12-year-old childhood fantasy coming true. I get to see LeBron James right next to Mickey Mouse. So I'm pumped. I'm beyond pumped.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah. So, Aiden, what about you? What's been going on? Any sports takes before we get going with Chris here?
I've got a question first about NBA and Disney. Like, you know how you usually, like, you win the Super Bowl, you say, like, I'm going to Disneyland?
Yeah.
What happens if you're already there?
I'm right here. I ain't leaving. That's all. You go right on Splash Mountain with the trophy, and hopefully you get a candid of Kawhi with, like, Minnie Mouse or something. I'm there.
They're going to Universal Studios, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll go down the street. SeaWorld.
That'll work. What else? With that NBA setup, I'm interested to see basically how my Nets approach it, because as of right now, we would be playing in that new 1 to 16 seeded, no conferences, and we'll put the Nets at the 15 against the Lakers number 2. So it's a team that they've beaten in the regular season.
You're done already.
Whoa, wait. Do you bring back KD? What happens?
Oh, yeah.
Do you bring back KD for an asterisk potential championship?
Well, just imagine that series, though. Just that's like the best round 1 series possible. And then if they don't play, it's like, meh.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying if he's coming back for that series and then you're taking him out the rest of the way, I don't really see the point.
If he played that, he'd play it all. It's an all or nothing.
Yeah, I thought you were saying just that series.
No.
In general, I think if you're going to bring him back full term, if you're willing to risk it and risk re-injury or something like that. But, if I'm you guys, I think wait it out. I think your time is coming. I think you have the next couple of years to figure it all out. And this is a throwaway year. It really is. There's other leagues like MLB with baseball that can come back and kind of still have a real season. I don't think basketball is really going to be that. And I don't think the players are really going to consider it one either. I'm sure there'll be a lot of debate on that as well. Another real quick, before we get into this basketball thing, in terms of if they were to do this playoff structure, the other one I've been hearing was if they kind of mimicked the NHL one, that the Knicks are in a weird position yet again, of course. Like, why wouldn't they be in the worst possible position ever, where they would be playing, I think they said the Pacers in a first-round play-in type deal.
Oh, wow.
And if they win that, they're out of the lottery for the draft. But if they lose that, then they're in the lottery. I don't even know what to think. I don't even care. It's destined to be bad luck if it's the Knicks. And, hopefully I think this might be a good year for our draft lottery luck.
LaMelo.
Man, LaMelo's my guy, dude. I hope so. Him or Cole Anthony are the two that, if we get, I'm locking in on. So, but yeah.
Wait, so Jack's a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Aiden's a Nets fan.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
The rivalry begins, Chris. The rivalry.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Are you Celtics?
Yeah, I'm a Celtics fan.
If you have to pick a team.
I think Celtics play the Sixers in the current setup, which would be another really good series.
I think Celtics. I think Jason Tatum's legit, dude. That dude is fire.
No, when I saw him play in person this year, I was like, wow.
Jason Tatum is probably – I was talking about this last night, actually. If I had to start a franchise with anyone right now, I'm picking Jason Tatum. I know he's
Wow.
a little bit older than everyone else, but a lot of comparisons to like Kobe Bryant and having that, you know, small forward-esque shooting guard. I mean, he can kind of be a shooting
Be
guard.
both, yeah.
Yeah. One of those guys who can definitely score. I think that's the way this league is going outside of your random freaks like Giannis. And I think that's the only way to really start off a franchise nowadays as we heading into a more shooting-based league.
No
But,
doubt.
you know, speaking about basketball, we have Chris Herren here, former BC Eagle. And now he's
Yep.
going to the University of San Diego. I looked it up, the Toreros, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Toreros.
The bullfighters. It translates
dope.
to the bullfighters, which is so cool. That's way better than the Eagles. It's been played. I love it. I'm all for that. So let's get into it, Chris. We're going to ask you a couple questions here and there. But let's start out with BC. So what were you thinking going into this process? Was this something that you knew you were going to do eventually, or were you going to wait to see how the end of this year went and then maybe switch it up? What do you think?
It was definitely a really hard decision to make, just because, I mean, I had such a good freshman year, like not even basketball-wise, but like just everything. It was really good, and I loved the school. And then sophomore year, kind of, it just didn't go my way. Like I worked really hard. I spent a lot of the time in the summer, and then that's just what happens with sports. Sometimes it doesn't go your way. So I kind of had to deal with that throughout the whole season. And it was really hard mentally, like to stay in it, and just keep working, even though that at some point I knew, at some point I knew that I wasn't even going to get in the game at some points, which I didn't do at all in my freshman year. So it was definitely really hard. And then after the season, I talked about it with my parents a little. And then, I just made that decision. I told coach that I was going to leave.
Yeah, and that's really tough. But you bring up your parents. I know your dad was one of the guys who transferred. He transferred out of BC, went to Fresno State. Actually, I believe that San Diego played them this year too.
Yeah, they did.
Is there any? Would you be playing those guys in the future? Is that the new rivalry in the house?
I don't know if we play them. I don't know if that was like a.
I think it may have been a one-time thing.
Because I know it was a non-conference. Like they're obviously not in our conference. But I don't know. That would be cool if we do play there again.
That'd be awesome.
Something I noticed, sorry, Cole, about the San Diego team is the jerseys. You know, when you revealed the transfer, I thought the script San Diego is one of the cleanest looks there is. So it definitely didn't. But, you know, did that play any part in the decision?
You got clean. Come on.
It wasn't a part of the initial decision, but after I did figure out that I was gonna go there, I was like, I fell in love with those jerseys, that baby blue, and just this Nike simple San Diego on front. I was,
That's the main reason I'm a UNC fan is that color.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, if you can't be a Tar Heel, man, may as well fake it till you make it. Like
Torero,
color scheme. But that's awesome. So was it tough? So run me through, how this all went down with, your teammates. What were they saying to you through this process? And then, Coach Christian as well, how that relationship ended up.
Yeah. It was actually crazy because we left. Everybody went home when we had got back from the ACC tournament. So we didn't see each other. Like I still haven't seen any of those guys since. And I had to text everybody and tell them. And nobody really knew anything. Like I told a few guys that had asked me personally about it. But just because I hadn't seen anybody, like we never really had a conversation about it. And I know like some of the other guys that transferred, like we really had no clue who was gonna transfer. So it was kind of a big surprise to everybody. I'm still keeping in touch with all of them and stuff. So
that's good. I know a lot of the guys too are transferring out, as well as, Jarris Hamilton. He's going to Maryland now, which is awesome for him. I was always kind of a big fan of his.
Yeah, I love Jarris.
And even Julian Rishwain, he entered the transfer portal as well. I don't know if he's
going to San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to be playing against each other.
I was going to say, awesome. Interesting.
And bringing up Richmond, like it kind of seemed that this year he was getting kind of the minutes that you had been getting freshman year.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's tough.
Yeah.
But what was that relationship like between the two of you?
Oh, we had a really good relationship just because we kind of found that we had similar, like, just thought process on, like, how to go about basketball. Like, everybody knows how tough it is, and, like, it's tough to stay just, like, mentally tough and just focused, like, all the time, like, throughout the whole season, because it's just something that's so crazy and different than high school. So I had a lot of conversations with him about that. And then I don't know what his thought process was about transferring. He was always saying that he would get homesick and stuff. Like, he was so far across the country. And so, yeah, I really don't know. I never talked to them about that, him or Jarius.
No, that's definitely understandable.
Yeah.
So there's always a lot of talk within the different BC chats that we are in or anywhere about Jim Christian. I'm not asking you to throw the guy under the bus by any means.
Yeah.
There's stuff he does that I do like, and I think that when it comes to recruiting at times, he does a fairly good job. But, you know, if there had been a coaching change, would that have maybe been a different factor into you staying, or, you know, was it just you were kind of over it by the time the season was over?
It's honestly hard to say. Like, with everything that went on, I kind of like had to make a decision before even thinking about that kind of stuff. Because I knew how, like, I'm not sure about the numbers, but I know, like, it was a huge spike in the amount of kids that transferred. So I kind of had to, like, get my name out there and start talking to coaches, like, pretty early. And I didn't really think about that, honestly, until you just asked that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was just curious, and I was trying to weasel it out of you like a real broadcaster, but it's totally fine. Another teammate and friend of yours is Winston Tabbs, who obviously was injured this year.
Yeah.
I'm looking for, I mean, as of right now, as of all I know, he's still coming back.
Oh, yeah.
I was scared that he may try and leave if you left too. That was a conversation I had with a couple people.
Mm-hmm.
What are your hopes for him on the BC team? I think him and Jay Heath could potentially be one of the best backcourts in the ACC.
Yeah, I agree. And I got all the faith in the world in Winston. I mean, he's been my roommate every single summer, every single semester that I had at BC. So we've had a lot of conversations. We spent a lot of time in the gym together, and I know how hard he works, and he's put a lot of time in to rehabbing his knee, and I know that he's gonna come back 100%. So yeah, I got all the faith in the world for him.
Yeah, really looking forward to that return for sure. Sorry again, Jack.
No,
it's tough to coordinate on this here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I had a class with Winston in like a big lecture hall in the fall, and it just sucked to see him, you know, with the knee in his brace every single day showing up to class. So I'm really, you know, happy that he's getting back, and it sounds like from what you're saying that he's been working super hard for that. So looking forward to that.
Yeah. No, I know how hard that was for him.
I was going to ask you, you know, like if you could give us a little picture of that, because I'm just as tough of a semester as it would have been for you, just as tough he probably had as well, you know, just being out for the entire year and knowing that before the season even started. So, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of like, even though it was different scenarios, like we kind of shared that sympathy for each other. But I mean, I know how much it sucked for him. Like, he was in health services for like a few weeks. We had to bring him food and stuff just because, it was terrible. And then he was on his crutches.
Is never any good anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure as a basketball player, it's not ideal either, man.
Yeah. So he was stuck there. And then I know he was on crutches like for a while, and I had to use them for like, I hurt my ankle at the beginning of the year, and I had to use him for like maybe 3 days, and I almost fell like 5 times. Like I could not get around. So I'm lucky I didn't have to use him for more than that, but he's a pro at it.
Dude, think about how many stairs and hills are on that campus. Like it's gotta be the worst campus to have a leg injury on.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But I was gonna say in you know, in a better or like more positive question would be, to shed some light on some of your favorite moments as a BC player, what your
Yeah.
favorite game was, maybe any of that.
Oh yeah, my favorite moment was probably definitely. I mean, it's definitely up there, but the PC game, just because it was so like personal to me. And then just how the way it went. I mean, it sucked that we lost in that way, but it was cool, definitely. And then I don't know, just spending time with my teammates and getting to know them, like it's really cool. Just building that bond, like Nico and Winston. Like I'll be friends with them forever. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's a family that you guys built right there. So like,
Yeah, we
that's
spent
probably
so
the
much
toughest
time
part of the
together.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Something that I don't know if you know, but Coleman and I both smiled immediately when you said the Providence game, because that was the first one that we called as like broadcasters
Oh,
as
yeah.
freshmen.
Yeah,
And
I
it
remember
was,
you guys.
oh my gosh, yeah, it was heartbreak for everybody. But
Yeah.
I was hoping that was the game you brought up, because that's the game. I was kind of like trying to get you to say in that question, is what a game it was. It was so overtime thriller for those that don't know. Chris came in with some clutch shots, and then AJ Reeves is the one who sent it to OT.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
crazy.
I mean, yeah, if you want to talk more details about it, but yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of nerves going into that game because I knew like everybody that was like a PC fan, like all from Rhode Island and stuff, like near where I live,
Right.
they would be there. So, but then when I went in, it was just like I kind of just blocked all that out, and it just played. But that was really cool because that was probably one of my first games, I think, my freshman year, that I really I realized that like I can do this at this level, like proving myself, and that was cool.
For sure. I mean,
Jack,
what do you remember of it?
Heartbreak, dude. It was so annoying. Like we were cheering you guys on the entire game in the broadcast. I remember like saying your name because again, it's our first broadcast as freshmen, so we're obviously going to cheer on the freshman guys out there too.
Yeah.
We're cheering on you. Everything's going great. It's like this could be a big game for us, and we're getting a cool, awesome first college call. And of course, OT. The BC heartbreak, man, it gets us all the time. Whether it's girls or basketball, it always happens.
Some way.
So moving on to now your next stage, San Diego. What went into that process of choosing there, and what other schools were high up on the list that you were looking at?
I really like the thought of going to California. I talked to like some of our family friends about it. And we know a couple people that live in California, and I really like that league, the West Coast Conference.
You got Gonzaga there too.
Yeah, Gonzaga, St. Mary's, BYU they're gonna be killing it next year. So, and then I think last year I don't know the exact number, but I think they played around like 7 or 8 ranked teams. So it was like a no-brainer to me once I started talking to the coach and I built a relationship with them.
So outside of San Diego, though, were there any other teams in that conference that had your interest, or any other teams out that way, or was it just like I'm all in on San Diego?
I was talking to St. Mary's for a little bit. They're in the same conference. I also talked to Cal Fullerton. They're in the Big West, I think. And then there was a few more schools out there, and then there was actually some schools on the East Coast that I talked to, like Holy Cross and UNH. I know Holy Cross just got like a new coaching staff, so they're trying to like rebuild. And then schools like that. But I was kind of locked in on the West Coast. So
you're bred for it, dude. It's gonna be incredible out there. Like I'm jealous of you even talking about it. This is crazy. You're gonna go out there, be around influencers and everything of the like, and be a big time baller out there. That's crazy.
Yeah, it'd be exciting.
So is this a situation now where you're pretty confident that you'll be starting come the fall?
Well, I'm sitting out next year.
Okay.
So I have one more year, and then I'll have 2 years left. One more year to sit out, and then 2 more years. So I got a lot of time to I talked to the coach about it when I initially, I think the first time I called him, we like mentioned that, because they have like 2 grad transfers coming in, and also have one more guard that's like playing one more year, I think. So then after they leave, that's why I talked to him about that, and he kind of agreed with me that he wanted one more year, and then to come in and play.
Is it because of the transfer process that you have to sit out that year?
I think I could appeal it though, because of everything that's going on. Like I have a chance to appeal it, but with a certain situation, like I would rather sit out a year anyway. Even
I was
though
gonna say, no.
Sit out a year in California. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be a tough time, Chris. I'm sure the beaches are really going to be calling your name. That's incredible, dude. You're literally going to have the best 1 year off. And who knows, if you absolutely tear it up, blow it up the year you come back, that's another year of eligibility that you have.
Exactly.
Out there. So that's ideal, man. That's awesome.
And based on what you said about the team and how it's set up, I mean, they have a bunch of guys with just 1 year of eligibility left. So they build for that. And then you have the future set for yourself. I think that's a perfect spot to go to be honest. So not knowing that coming into this conversation, I'm even more excited for you, because I think that's really not just the location like Jack is talking about, which is so sick, but from a basketball standpoint as well, it sounds like it's really set up for you, which is awesome.
Yeah. And then I was just excited that we'll be playing in like big games like BYU and Gonzaga. Like that, I think they play all those teams twice. So, and those fans are crazy out there. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you talked with any of the teammates out there? Have you messaged them and got to know them?
Yeah. I've been talking to a few of them, FaceTime a couple of them, and we actually today we found out that where we're gonna live, me and this other kid.
Okay.
So we got a little apartment right by the school.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Right by the school, right by the beach, right where you can surf right at it. I was checking out the roster of the team too, and there's some guys that can score on there for sure. But saw a guy with the last name Coleman, so big expectations from him. I'm hoping he brings it for you. You got a new Coleman out there. We're all a big family. He'll take care of you. He'll show you some love.
Yeah, maybe he's like your long lost cousin or something.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Better at basketball than me though.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, Chris. I'm so excited for you. Like that's actually the way you explained it now too. It makes it seem like it's just the ideal situation. And sky's the limit, man. Seriously.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm pumped.
No, go ahead.
No. I was just saying I'm pumped about it. Yeah.
Let's go. We love to hear that. That's the kind of stuff we need, Chris. Let's go. So outside of all this, outside of basketball, quarantine is hit, and you're blowing up on TikTok. You're on my feed all day, every day. And you know what? Chris, I love you. But the fact that you do absolutely nothing and have these girls in your comments, it is absurd. It is absurd. How do you do this?
Yeah. I don't know if it's like TikTok is just trying to help me out and put me on the For You page or whatever, but I guess it's like a thing now that I just do nothing and they put it on. So I'm gonna just stick with it.
You have girls like literally just I looked through the comments too because
they're wild.
Ridiculous. They're ridiculous. I was looking earlier today and I'm like, this kid is like one of the luckiest kids alive. If people were in my comments like this, are you kidding me? I'd be going out to San Diego in a minute. That's no, but obviously your approach, what I'm looking at, because I'm trying to get tips here. I'm trying to blow up like you. But your approach is just kind of nonchalant, kind of just like not doing anything. And it's like kind of the adverse of what everyone else on TikTok does. We're like, they're super extra, you do nothing, and it's like perfect. Like I'm not saying you do nothing in a bad way. I'm saying like your idea of not
that's my thing, I guess.
Is beautiful, dude. It works perfectly.
Well, I don't know. I just like when I started using it, I was like, no chance in hell I'm doing any of these dances. Like I'm not learning these. They're too complicated for me. So I was like, I'm gonna just put up random videos that nobody else does. Like nobody does nothing, so I'm gonna just do that.
You are a smarter man than me, man. That is ridiculous.
Got to go against the grain. I mean, there you go. That's how you succeed here.
That's it. What's been like the wildest thing someone has either like done or like said to you on TikTok?
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, I don't even know, honestly. So a lot of people make videos. I'll send you I'll show you or like send you a screenshot of like the mentions, and people make like crazy videos like mentioning my name in it. So that's probably the craziest things.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
I've
like
seen
photoshopping themselves with my pictures and stuff. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, it's better than people making fake Tinder profiles for you.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's just annoying.
I was about to say, yeah, like you always put those on the Snap story, and I'm just like, that's what blows me away. I like, what is your thought? Like, what do you think when you see another of those? Like, how do you react to that?
All right. Well, I wouldn't even know unless
Right.
there's people that send it to me and they're like, "Oh, I just matched you on Tinder." And I'm like, "That's not me. Like, can you send me a screenshot of the profile?" And they send it to me, and it says like, I don't know. The last one said that they lived in Florida, but it was my pictures and it said my name. And I was like, I don't even know how these kids like find this stuff. Like, they just have nothing better to do. So I don't know.
My favorite one that you shared, I think it was like, it probably said San Diego or something, but then it says Chris with a K. I just got a kick out of that. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that either. Like, I don't know if they were trying to like hide the fact that they were using my name or whatever. So
completely different Chris, you know, like
yeah,
completely different spelling.
Meanwhile, I'm hearing, I'm like, I can't even run a proper Tinder the right way. And meanwhile, Chris has people out here making Tinder profiles of him. It's ridiculous. And this is the thing. You're going out to San Diego. TikTok is blowing up.
Yeah.
Like, and you have a year off now. We know this. Is TikTok going to be like a big thing coming up in the school year where like you're in LA or not LA, but you're in California now, and
San Diego,
you know, that's what all these influencers are. Like,
yeah,
could this work? Could you be a big TikTok guy instead?
I don't know. I kind of want to. I've always talked about this with my friends. Actually, we wanted to start a YouTube channel.
Let's go.
So maybe like just TikTok. I look at it as just like a tool for other apps because I don't really care about TikTok. But it's like makes it way easier because they just show it to like a bunch of random people that have never seen you before. So
I didn't even think of it that way, and that's actually really. I'm gonna maybe try and do that for this podcast or something. But also the YouTube channel, like we would love to come on as guests for that. And
you guys
can run the show. You can ask the tough questions. You can ask me about my fake Tinder profiles. I would love that.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't have any of those stories, so we're gonna have to go a completely different direction with us, I guess. But yeah.
Is the hope, and you know, this is just my hope out here, but you know, there's a lot of TikTok girls out there, not the ones in your comments, the ones that are actually blowing up, verified and everything. Like, if you start blowing up, like, is Addison Rae on your list or something? Or, like, are you trying to, you know, get some digits?
Honestly, I don't think I would go for one of them. I kind of want like a low key girl. So
put on notice. All right.
Yeah.
Of course, you go the nonchalant way, just like
but I'll be friends with them.
Yeah,
make some TikToks with them.
name, dude.
Get that YouTube channel blowing up. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so you have to blow up. You have to move into the hype house. Yeah. And then we're gonna come visit and do a ton of fun in San Diego. Okay.
Yeah. That's the ultimate goal. Yeah. The hype house.
Do nothing and join Chris Herren in a TikTok spot.
Yeah.
Do you have any last couple of questions here? Do you have any TikToks that you are in the process of making? Like any new content coming soon? Or is it just for the moment you're like
literally we just, if I'm with my friends or like by myself, I literally just set up the camera and just pick one of the sounds that I favorited and I just do some random stuff to it. And then I just save it until like 10 o'clock at night and then I post it.
You're so annoying.
That's the creative process right there. There you go.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
So real quick, we usually do some kind of like top 5 or Mount Rushmore or something, but we won't take part in this. But since you're the TikTok god, what are your top 5 favorite TikTok sounds?
Ooh, all right.
TikTok sounds?
Yeah, like sounds you would use or sounds you want to use or sounds that you like people using. Any of them.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. I don't know. I might need to look at the list, like the ones on my app. But I like the I don't even know the names of these.
Just do a little.
Try to explain them. Yeah,
freestyle.
that can be our game. Is trying
Yeah.
to figure out what they are.
We'll figure it out.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the ones that I use. I like the Playboy Cardi like remixes because those are like easy to dance to. Everybody does those. I like. I don't know. What's the name of it? It's actually like a Jersey club sound.
Oh, Coleman.
Oh man.
Like what does it go like?
Oh my god,
I don't even know.
I'm gonna have to try and look this up.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I know like the it's like something vamp, like Jersey Club or something. I don't know. I have it on my Spotify.
Oh my god.
But I haven't used it yet.
Oh wait, I think I found it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
We don't want to get copyright claimed here, but that's a pretty good one.
Hey, only 11 seconds. We're still good.
Yeah, I know. You're good. You're good.
That's awesome. I love the one. Honestly, it was you. It was actually you who kind of put me on to the Party Girl sound.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that song before I had started seeing it on yours, and like I like that song a lot now, and I like that sound a lot now. But like you were the first one for me, like to start seeing that and
to use that.
Take a bath or whatever. Yeah. Kills me. That's one of my favorites, I think.
Yeah, I think I saw. I don't even know what the name of them was, but they like used it, but they did like the actual dance to it, and I was like, I'm gonna just do this with it.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I got my TikTok fill in. Aiden, do you have any?
I don't use it as much, so I think I did as well. But if that's all we have for you, then Chris, it was awesome to have you again. I know we've been trying to set this up for a while here.
I know.
Thoughts about everything. So we're very grateful to have had you here, and hopefully it's not the last time you're a recurring guest for us.
No doubt.
We'll get you out here soon again.
Yeah.
Good luck.
We'll keep in touch. Like, especially if you're playing some of those teams out west, like. We're definitely gonna want to hear about it. We're gonna want to hear about you transitioning to that next phase too of after you start playing again and after you're TikTok famous. But when things are starting to wrap up, what the plan is and where you're going forward with everything. But most of all, like we're wishing you all the best of luck. You've been incredible to us. You've been incredible to BC. And we appreciate you not just as a reoccurring guest, but also as a friend. You've been incredible.
Sure. Of course. You guys are the best.
No, you are.
Thank you very much.
Come on now. All right, man. Thanks a lot. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.